I think we good. Yeah. 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 Y'all already know what's good, y'all. What's good, y'all. What's good, y'all. What's great. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild. I'm joined with my brother from another mother. Blood can make us any closer. One of the best photographers in the world. My brother Santana, say something to the people.
What's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all here with us tonight, and we thank you. And for that, we got a jam-packed show. We're just gonna get right into it.
Again, y'all, I want to appreciate y'all tapping in, tapping in, tapping in, tapping in. I know we late. Sorry for the lateness, but the holidays. Even though I don't celebrate the holidays, we don't celebrate the holidays. But again, just the whole environment. It's that Miami lifestyle, that Orlando lifestyle. It just get wicked out here for the holiday season. So again, we want to apologize for running late. Let's get started, bro. First segment of the night. This segment is brought to you by OUV Records, where the label model is create, document, and inspire. So make sure y'all go to Instagram right now at OUV Records and stay in tune to the latest music and merchandise. All right, y'all. First question of the night on popular opinions. Which movie idea would you want to see on this list? Which movie idea would you want to see on this list? Number one, Chucky versus Leprechaun. Number two, Jason versus Michael Myers. No, yeah, right. Jason versus Michael Myers. Almost messed that up. Number three, Hellraiser versus Candyman. Number four, Freddy versus Leatherface. Again, y'all stick to the answers into the questions. Don't remix, don't freestyle. So again, number one is Chucky versus Leprechaun. Number two is Jason versus Michael Myers. Number three is Hellraiser versus Candyman. Number four is Freddy versus Leatherface. I already know who I'm going with on this one. Me personally.
Me personally, all of these are ass movies. I would not see one and not neither one of them.
Not near none of them.
But the least ass movie on the list is Candyman versus Hellraiser.
That would be fire, bro. You think that would be ass though?
Hell yeah.
Why? Why do you think that would be ass?
Because if we gonna go on genres of movies, it's like we already did the Freddy versus Jason. That shit was corny. It was just whack. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these concepts of they're just corny to me. But the least corny one is Freddy versus is Candyman versus Hellraiser.
Okay, okay. I don't know. I disagree. I thought the Freddy vs. Jason, it was decent. It wasn't crazy. It didn't go crazy. It was decent because of the idea. The actors was what made that movie trash. Like, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. But the idea I thought was popping because the time that Jason got the best of Freddy, it was in the real world, and the time that Freddy got the best of Jason, it was in the dream world. So I thought that was ill. I thought the concept was fire, me personally. But that Hellraiser and Candyman could be lit. That could be something real fire though, because of what Hellraiser could do and what Candyman could do. Um, if you would have asked me this question when we was kids, I definitely would have said Child's Play, not necessarily Chucky, because Child's Play was thoroughbred. Chucky became jokey. So if you say Child's Play Chucky versus the first Leprechaun, then I would have said that because the very first Leprechaun was popping. That's a classic horror film. The rest after that is come on, like it got to the point where Leprechaun was in the hood not once but twice. So me personally, I agree with you, bro. I'm going with Hellraiser versus Candyman based on what they can do, and I think their story still holds up still to this day. So I think it's something that's more a today's movie that could be done opposed to something that was done back in the day. All right, so I pick Freddy versus Jason. I mean, Freddy versus. I pick Hellraiser versus Candyman. You pick Hellraiser versus Candyman. In the chat, I'm seeing Jason versus Michael Myers. The rest of the world at 39% went with Freddy versus Leatherface. What do you think about that?
Another ass movie, but you know what I'm saying?
Yo, you funny, bro. All right, moving on to our next popular opinion question. Which player do you think is going to win the Heisman this year? Which player you think is going to win the Heisman this year? Number one, Travis Hunter. Number two, Ashton Genty, the running back. I'm sorry, Travis Hunter from Colorado. Number two, Ashton Genty from Boise State, running back from Boise State. Number three, Cam Ward, quarterback for the Miami Hurricanes, and number four, uh, Delon Gabriel, quarterback for Oregon.
I would say the most impact player off that list would probably have to be Travis Hunter because he obviously plays both sides and um he produces on both sides of the ball. So it's like producing yards on defense and offense. You can't knock that. So just off that, I would give him just a little bit more notch over everybody else, but everybody on that list is from the highlights. I don't watch college football, but from the highlights I've seen, everybody on there is playing to their top level of their game. So
Mm-hmm.
they're really hard to see who's going to win it. But I'd give Travis Hunter just a little bit more edge because of playing both sides of the ball.
You know what's very interesting about Travis Hunter? He's up for every award, every receiver award. He's up for every award on offense, and he's not up for the Jim Thorpe Award on defense. And it's partly because of his low numbers. But a lot of the voters, I like honestly, I really believe that they've never played football before because if a corner has low numbers, it doesn't mean he's ass. They don't throw his side. When you watching the game, they don't throw Travis Hunter's side much at all. They did test him a few times this year. He gave up one touchdown for the whole year. One. One touchdown. He's had tackles. He has forced fumbles, and these are like in critical times of the game that with his contribution they won because of interceptions. Not to mention he's in line to catch it for going over 1,000 yards for the season and receiving, and I think almost like getting into like 10 touchdown catches. So and he's on pace to get 100 receptions for the year. So me personally, I'm going with Travis Hunter myself as well. Ashton Genty is killing. He's the best running back in college football. He's killing at Boise State. He dominated against Oregon when they played against Oregon, but it's still the Mountain West, bro. Like that's not the same level of competition in my opinion. But he's killing the game. Cam Ward killing the game as well, quarterback at Miami. Dylan Gabriel's killing the game, but I think Shador should have been in that slot because Shador is doing. He's doing like that offensive line has improved, but it's still not. He still got sacked 30 times this year. It's less than last year, but that's still a lot of times. So I just think if you push your door on Oregon, it would have been crazy. So I'm going with Travis Hunter. I went with Travis Hunter. You went with Travis Hunter. The rest of the world at 43% went with Travis Hunter. What do you think about that?
That's an obvious choice. Like I say, does both plays both sides of the ball, so just be just a little bit added advantage for him. And but
Yeah.
also he produces on both sides, so it's not like
Yeah.
man.
It's out there. You know what I'm saying? All right. Moving on to our next popular opinion question, y'all. Again, don't forget to hit that like button. And for those who celebrate the fake holiday, happy Thanksgiving. I don't celebrate it, but a lot of you do. And we appreciate y'all for tapping in for this holiday special. All right, y'all. If you can own any sports franchise, which one would it be on this list? If you could own any sports franchise, which one would it be on this list? Number one, Miami Heat. Number two, New York Giants. Number 3, Los Angeles Dodgers. Number 4, Toronto Maple Leafs. Let us know what y'all think in the chat. Who you going with, bro?
It's an obvious choice on that one. New York, baby.
You going with the Giants?
Oh yeah.
Why? Would you choose to own the Giants?
Because I'm a New Yorker. It's the only reason why I choose the Giants on that list.
That's it. That's just because you from the town. That's it.
That's all, that's the only reason I need.
All right. So my brother went with the New York Giants. Me personally, I'm gonna have to go with the Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? I need that that lifestyle of just being in Miami, owning the Heat, just being around that beautiful sun all day. It's kind of different than Orlando, but I would rather own the Miami Heat. It's big business. It's bigger than Nino Brown. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with the Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? And basketball, that's what 42 games a year. That's a whole lot of money on it. So I'm going with the Miami Heat. So I went with Miami Heat. My brother went with the New York Giants. In the chat, they going LA Dodgers. LA Dodgers makes a lot of money. The rest of the world at 41% went with the LA Dodgers. What do you think about that?
I mean, probably a historic franchise, been around for a long time, so it makes sense.
That's big business. I think they just want a chip, right?
I don't watch baseball, so I don't know.
I mean, me either. I just, how you see the highlights of something like, oh, they won a chip this year. Oh, all right, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, moving on to our next segment. Hollywood needs to ask us. We came up with this segment because there's a lot of trash movies that Hollywood is giving us that we didn't ask for, and we got better ideas. And before I mention, bro, we got one of our ideas in the works. It's already out. It's already out. The idea when we talked about John Madden coming out with a series on the beginning and the different phases of John Madden. So now they got that up right now on Prime TV. It's an actual series on how they, developed John Madden, how it came to be, and the different changes throughout the years, with the John Madden series.
Mm. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So somebody listening, you know what I'm saying? Somebody needs to cut us a check. So, you want to start this one off?
No, you can go ahead.
All right. So my Hollywood need to ask us. I just seen this movie called Abigail. Abigail is fire. So me personally, I want to see Abigail meets Megan. I don't know if y'all seen the movie Megan, the horror movie that came out about the toy child. I want to see a movie where Abigail meets Megan. I think that would be fire. They both horror is in the horror genre, and I think that would be fire. Me personally, because Megan is like an animated, not animated, like like some sort of what they call that battle droid or cyborg type of thing or whatever, and then like Abigail is a vampire, but she has the cloak of a little girl, and I just think that would be fire. Both just raising hella hell, and I think that would be a great movie idea.
Nice, nice. Fire shit, fire shit. For me, I would like to see a movie or a series based on during the 60s when the civil rights movement and the Black Panther movement was going around all around the country. It's around the same time where drug dealers were being prolific in the same neighborhood that these freedom fighters were in. So I would love to see a series of if and when, of course, the clashes occurred. You know what I'm saying? Because these ideologies were vastly different and they opposed on different sides, but at sometimes they had opposing ideologies and sometimes they came together. So I'd love to see a series on the FBI reports because they was reporting and investigating on everybody. So I would love to see what type of reports they had on certain Black Panther figures having dealings with drug dealers and this, that, and the third, and what was the outcome with a lot of these interactions and stuff. There've been series on it, but I love to see more. I would like to see more focus on the Black Panthers.
Okay, okay. Anybody in mind as an actor or somebody that you would want attached to the project that you know is going to make this a fire project?
Nobody per se, but I don't want, because it's a Black Panthers, I don't want it to be about like Bobby Seale and the founders. I want it to be just about a random Black Panther member, you know what I'm saying? Just doing what they do, being part of the neighborhood program and all that, but still having to walk through the neighborhood of, you know what I'm saying, the drug dealing and infested neighborhood as they're going through their growing phases. So I love to see what was that interaction, what was the thought process, how did somebody stay true to what they believe in, even though their environment around them is going to shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, all right. All right. That'll be lit. That'll be lit. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment, y'all. Our must see segment, must hear, and must see or a classic TV show. You want to start this one off?
No, you could go ahead.
All right, so my three must see movies, y'all. My three must see movies. Can I see my fingers? My three must see movies. First must see movie came out in 1991. It was directed by Blake Edwards. He's responsible for the Pink Panthers movie series. This movie stars Ellen Birkin, Jimmy Smits, Jabeth Williams, Lorraine Bracco, and Perry King. This movie is called Switch. Again, it's called Switch. This movie is about a womanizing playboy who's also a bit of a chauvinist and how he deal with women, and all the women that he was dealing with squatted up to murder him. So in a way that he was to come back, you have to watch the rest of the movie. I won't ruin it for y'all. I won't spoil it. Make sure you tap into the movie Switch. Second must see movie came out in 2011. It was directed by Jonathan Hensley. This movie is cast by this movie stars Ray Stevenson, Christopher Walken, Linda Cardellina, Val Kilmer, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Robert Davey. Shout out to Robert Davey. He's a legend in the game from the movie Goonies. This movie's about, it's called Kill the Irishman. If I didn't say it, again, the movie's called Kill the Irishman. Dope fire movie. It was basically a biopic about one of the Irish founding mobs that was in the Cleveland area, and watching him build his team, take over the area, and you have to watch the rest of the movie. It is so fire, so entertaining. And you can look this stuff up, the things that happen in the movie, and it's tied to all types of events that happened throughout time, like the Kennedy assassination and so on and so forth. So make sure y'all tap into Kill the Irishman. Third must see movie on my list came out in 1998. It was directed by David Zucker. David Zucker did movies like Airplane and The Naked Gun. This movie stars Trey Parker, Matt Stone, Denny Baker, Yasmin Beith, Jenny McCarthy. Jenny McCarthy. This movie is dope too. This movie is about two friends that came up with their own version of basketball and baseball. So we talk about this all the time, bro. When men, we're gonna find our way to eat. If we can't eat in one lane, we're gonna find our way to eat in another lane. So I just thought it was dope how they came up with their way of doing their thing and basically making their own lead and making it popping. And y'all have to watch the rest of the movie. I won't ruin it for y'all. So again, make sure y'all tap in to see Basketball. So my three must see movies again is Switch, Kill the Irishman, and Basketball. So make sure y'all tap into those three movies.
Dope, dope. All right, chat. Y'all know how I do. I always got a theme for my movies. So this episode's just like the last episodes. My theme for these movies are the hunter and the hunted. So it's basically movies displaying somebody being hunted or turning around being the hunter. You know what I'm saying? So first movie on the list is called Fallen. It came out in 1998. Stars Denzel Washington, John Goodman, Donald Sutherland, Amber Davids, James Gandolfini, Elias Cotes, Gabriel Casius, and Michael J. Pagan. This movie follows a detective played by Denzel Washington who witnesses execution of this prolific serial killer, and he thinks the guy's gone. Then you gotta watch the movie to see if Denzel's the hunter or is he being hunted. Fire movie right there. Next on the list is called Kiss the Girls. Came out in 1997. Stars Morgan Freeman, Ashley Judd, Tony Golden, Carrie Ellis, Bill Nunn, Alex MacArthur, Brian Cox, Tatiana Ali, and Richard T. Jones. About a woman played by Ashley Judd who wakes up in a dungeon of some sort, doesn't remember how she got there. She's trapped and she's chained. And you got to find out the movie of how she got hunted, and does she become the hunter? Fire move right here. Definitely got to tap into it. It's a classic. Last on my list is called Summer of Sam. Came out in 1999. Stars Spike Lee, John Leguizamo, Adrian Brody, Mira Sorvino, Jennifer Esposito, Micah Improli, Garza, Lonnie Johnson, and Lonnie Johnson. So this movie is about the summer of 19 in the early 1970s during the summer of Sam years when the serial killer was going around randomly killing people, and it follows this this business owner and his wife, and you gotta watch the rest of the movie to see if they're the hunters or they being hunted. Fire movie right here, another Spike Lee classic again. So these movies about the hunter or being the hunted is Fallen, Kiss the Girls, and Summer of Sam.
Yo, Summer Sam is kind of funny, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like John Leguizamo taking down half his shop. I don't mean to tell y'all the movie, but he taking down half his shop. Like he all his workers, or all his hairstylists all up in there. He done took down everybody.
Oh,
Y'all,
his wife was like, yo, don't fucking lie to me. I can smell the juice all over your face. I was like, damn. Yo, the
yo,
writers didn't even try to make that shit eloquent. So they was like, nah, they from New York. It gotta be the most raunchiest shit you gotta say in the world.
yo, he ran through the whole shop, and it was wild funny because even how Money was dressed like he had the little halter top with the little taco meat hanging from the bottom, like you know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know how Cass was getting cool in the 70s, dressed like how they was get dressed. But yo, more power to they swag goo sauce, cause buddies thought they was stepping out with the bell bottoms, the V-neck shirt all the way down to the belly button, pause.
Don't forget the
And just
chain. Don't forget the
and
chain.
and don't forget the velvet rope. You know what I mean? The velvet belts. Like that's just crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's
I
wild.
hope these styles never come back. Just leave it over there.
The hula hoop belt, like it's just
Mm.
out here, like you know what I mean, like nah, bro. And he's sourcing all the women in his shop, like talking wild, crazy, smoking mad squares, like yo, it's like yo, that movie is hella funny, yo, hella funny. All right, y'all, moving on to our next must hear music. Y'all like when I do the theme for the must hear music. So my artist for this episode must have on your playlist ASAP Ferg. ASAP Ferg must have these three songs of ASAP Ferg on your playlist. Hard body songs, y'all. Number one, Plain Jane remix featuring Nicki Minaj. Number two, Wham featuring Maiden TYO. Wham featuring Maiden TYO. And third, New Level featuring Future. So again, those Plain Jane remix featuring Nicki Minaj, Wham featuring Maiden TYO, and third is New Level featuring Future. So make sure y'all put those on y'all playlist. All right, moving on to our classic show or must see show. Want to start this one off?
One classic show, what used to be on Stars, it got 2 seasons. And you know when a series got 2 seasons or one, it was fire and they had to
Yeah,
get rid of it.
yeah.
So this was one of them. It's called Magic City. Came out in 2012. It stars Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Jessica Maurice, Ellen Sartain, Danny Houston, Olga Kurlenko, Christian Cook, Stephen Strait, Dominic Garcia Laredo, Taylor Blackwell, Kelly Lynch, Michael Rispoli, and Wheeler Ford. About the 1950s Miami, and this is right around the time when the mob are coming down, bringing money and building a casino. But actually, they built a hotel for this one, and it's called Magic City. Gotta watch it. Fire! Just it just showcases the beginnings of Miami and how it became Miami. Because before it was just a hot, boring town. But by the 50s, it was just had a bunch of hotels, casino, a whole bunch of amenities, and a lot of it stemmed from mob money of some sorts. So
Yeah,
this series delves into that and is very, very good. Again, it got two seasons, so it wasn't ass. So
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying,
yeah.
must be a reason why they got rid of it after two seasons. So definitely check it out. Y'all give me your opinion if y'all fuck with it or not.
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all tap into that. My classic show or must see show. I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a bit of both. For me, it's more must see than classic, but I'll let y'all be the judge of it. So my show came out of 2014, has 6 seasons. It's called How to Get Away with Murder. It stars Viola Davis, Asia Naomi King, Jack Fiddihy, Aldred I'm sorry, Aldridge Inach and Billy Brown. This show is about uh, a she is like a top defense attorney, and she also is a professor. So she uses her students to basically bring them in cases on finding different angles on how to get away with the crime and the murder while she's doing her cases. And it takes and each student has like their own way of going about and getting it because each student comes from a different background and different ethnicities, and so it has like a different thing going on. So, but I don't want to ruin it for y'all, so y'all must check it out. So again, my must see show is How to Get Away with Murder. Got cologne for us?
Definitely got cologne for y'all. If y'all look good, feel good, smell good, you're gonna do good. This cologne for y'all is from Givenchy, whichever how y'all pronounce it. And the fragrance is called Gentleman. Come on, y'all. Y'all can't get no better than that. You know what I'm saying? You got top of the line brand as far as Givenchy. You want to get on your gentleman shit, you might as well just get the fragrance gentleman and it's just gonna go all together. You know what I'm saying? So if you look good, you feel good, and you be on your gentleman shit, then you gotta get you some Givenchy gentleman. Of course, it's gonna smell good and they gonna be on you. You know what I'm saying? So stay right, get fit, get yourself some Givenchy. You know?
Get you some Givenchy gentlemen, y'all. All right, moving on to our next segment. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to rap. This segment is brought to you by Button Snaps, where you get original movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, Button Snaps. First hot topic of the night. Power has announced that they're going to be releasing a new series called Power Origins. It was announced by Stars, and within Stars that the Power Origins stories is going to be released, and it's going to be the origins of Ghost and Tommy. What do you think about that?
I mean, that Stars is best bet because after these series is over, ain't nothing else gonna keep Stars in line. Ain't nobody gonna tap into Stars if they don't keep Power going on. So you gotta keep people entertained by now talking about the most prolific character that we've ever seen or known about, and we don't have no idea nothing about. We watch 7 seasons of Power and don't know shit about Ghosts.
Right.
So this is definitely gonna be very intriguing to see. His origin story, but more importantly, what the real chicken sandwich is because Stars ain't got no other programs, and this is the only shit that they got. So they gotta put it out, or else niggas ain't gonna tap into nothing else you got. What else is on Stars? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? What else is on Stars besides the Power Universe? I don't know nothing else that is on Stars. Stars has good programs, but do they
I
promote all the other programs?
there's probably like two shows outside of Power that I ever watched on Stars, but they not on anymore. So currently,
Exactly. One of my shows was Girlfriend Experience. They got rid of that.
mm-hmm,
The Nick, they got rid of that.
mm-hmm,
I just put you on to Magic City. They got rid of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all y'all got is Power. You
yeah,
get rid of that, you know what I'm saying? You cook.
yeah.
Because I
My
don't do nothing
my
else.
my favorite show Stars produced Banshee. That used to be my show. I used to love Banshee. The concept, the characters, how they developed everybody. Banshee was top tier, upper echelon, and it was hella violent. Like the violence on that show was just astounding to me. Like, and then his journey from how you go from being a career thief, doing 15 years in hardcore prison, come out of jail, go to some town that you think is some random town, and become the sheriff. He's Sheriff Hood. He's the new sheriff in town.
That's how them small towns be, you know what I'm saying?
Like
Niggas think
how did that happen?
niggas think because we in America, like that shit don't like that don't be happening. You go in them small ass towns in between Montana and Nebraska, you gonna see how easy it is to be Sheriff Hood from Pleasantville, from Pleasantville, Arkansas. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? Like yo, how he come up in there and then he not in there quiet. He bodying niggas just like yo, like he just moving and shaking out here. So that was a show that I messed with on Stars, but it's not on anymore. I haven't been on in a minute. Shout out to Jennifer Allmore. Appreciate you tapping in. Hit that like button. Appreciate you tapping in. Happy holidays to you. But yeah, that was one of the other shows that I messed with on Stars. They had 5 good seasons, but it's a wrap. So I'm in the chat. They said they're not excited about the Power series. Um, I'm kind of not excited about it either. Like I'm gonna keep it funky, right? Power is power, right? The original Power series is it's the top of the top. It's on a whole nother level, right? Power Book 2 is cool, but it's not hitting as hard, mainly because a lot of the crimes and the murders seem not realistic. It's nobody has no There's no consequences. There's no realism to the murders in Power Book 2. It just seems like they really just trying to follow a story and then just finish it. But the ending of Power Book 2, it's kind of trash. It didn't end the right way. Like the way they tied in Monet Tejada's murder at the end, and how they developed certain characters, it never really matched. So Power Book 2, Raising Kingdom on the other hand, it's a bit better, but they're a bit sloppy on how they tie the shows up. And Tommy Force, the first season was mid. The second season was just ass. They don't need a third season of that. Please just move on. And I've seen, 50 Cent speak out against Amari Hardrick because Amari Hardrick actually wants to come back to play Ghost. But 50 Cent is like, I guess he's feeling like the show is surviving without him, that he's not needed. No, bro, you need Amari Hardrick, bro. You need him on the show. He makes the show better. The show is still successful, but it's successful based on the foundation of the original Power Book. In original Power Book, nobody was better than Amari Hardrick playing Ghost. People are still tuning in to the powers just so we could see Ghost. That's the reason why people tune into Power. Like, what are we talking about here? So when he said that, like, it's still successful without him, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Technically, it's still successful, but it's not hitting the same. And if you got somebody that changes the game, then you bring in somebody to change in the game. If we compare this to the Bulls, this is like the '90s Bulls going out there with Ron Harper and Tony Kukoc, Scottie Pippen, maybe. You missing Jordan, bro. Something is off. You're not winning championships. So the show don't hit the same without him on the show. He makes the show intriguing because of his acting ability, how he plays Ghost, and just everything that evolves around that character. So for the origins of it, because it sounds like it's going to be younger characters. Okay, cool, but it's not the same without Amari Hardrick. Like, I'm just keep it. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I'm just keep it a buck. I don't know what you think about what I just said.
I mean, he has to say that because it's still a program that he's running. He has to say that. That's Hollywood talk. You know what I'm saying? What Varnell Hill say? That's Hollywood talk. You know what I'm saying? But behind closed doors, they probably still trying to work out some deal. I don't know what type of deal y'all need to work out. Pay the nigga his bread. What's the problem? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or is to cut the check.
Just cut the check, bro, and let them cook.
It got to be something else because 50 Cent is not stupid. He know we tune in for power because of Omari Hardy. We know he knows that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he has to save face because he has a product that's out there, and he can't say, "Well, I need this nigga," and then other people may not tune in until you put him on, and that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna ruin the product that's already out on the market. So my thing is like, what is the problem behind closed doors? If it's money, cut the check. What is it?
Mm-hmm.
Was no more Diddy parties? Y'all can't get down? You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't party? I don't understand. You just bought a whole studio in Louisiana. So what's the problem?
Right.
I'm trying to figure out what the issue is. It
Yeah.
can't be the money. You
Mm-hmm.
could get a slew of writers and you got your own studio.
So at this point, it might be personal for whatever reason that it is.
So it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's business and pleasure. So I guess y'all can't go to the party. You know what I'm saying?
And if that's the case, that what makes it even whack because the product of power keeps declining. It keeps declining. Like again, the Raising Canaan is able to be good, but like, how dope would it be if they was able to tie in Raising Canaan to Ghost the way they supposed to, be able to do that? How dope it would have been for more so for this. How dope it would have been for Monet Tejada to know who Ghost was. How they from Queens? They all from Queens, and Ghost is the biggest thing cooking. Pause. And nobody know nobody. Like,
That's not how the drug game works. That's like saying the rap game, you got all these top rappers, but they don't know each other.
right, right,
The rap game is small. You know what I'm saying? There's but so many few you niggas in the shit.
right,
So you're not gonna know the next nigga? Like, come on, son.
right.
Just get better writers. Cut the check, get better writing. Like, I don't like, you know what I'm saying? It's not that hard.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got a slew of writers out here. They was just what you call
right.
protesting like last year about getting bread.
Yeah, yeah.
So they hungry for some bread. So cut them the check so they can do their work. I don't understand what the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
It must be something else going on. The only thing I can say is on some Diddy shit because it don't make no sense because you have the facility, you have everything you need to make it happen. So if it is personal, like I think you need to brush that to the side, talk as men, especially black men who are in the upper echelon of society. Y'all can't showcase that y'all can come together, put differences to the side, and do the betterment of powers. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see what Ghost gonna do in Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Like, come on, like real talk, right?
Like,
You know how easy to write in the fact that Ghost is still alive, that he left in the damn ambulance, that time he owned that same night, and that he's been making all these moves behind the scene, and he's Ghost. You see what I'm saying? Like, how dope
just
would it?
do a whole episode with mad old cut scenes,
Yeah,
just tie the whole shit in. You know what I'm saying? One
yeah.
episode of mad cut scenes.
With him coming out the shadows, like.
Yeah, like, oh shit, creeping and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Easy. But my thing is always down to the want. Do you want to do it?
Yeah,
You don't want to, why?
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree with you, bro. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. And again, 50, straighten that out, man. Like, come on, man. We want this show, bro. All right, again, our next hot topic. Ex NBA player Lamar Odom says he has a what is said to be is said to that he has a sex doll that looks like his ex-wife, Khloe Kardashian. What do you think about that?
Certain people shouldn't even have mics. Certain things you just keep to yourself. That's one of them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, why have the doll when you can have the real thing? Ain't like I don't know. Like if I deal with somebody and we used to deal and I want to deal, we going to deal. That's how I've been able to move. If I want it, I gotta have it. As simple as plain. Like, what are we talking about? Especially, I think Khloe Kardashian was married to him at one point, if I'm not mistaken, or they was like engaged or something for a long period of time. So that's very weird. I don't even know why he would even say that, or how it would even be out for public consumption. It's just super weird. I don't know what it is, but when dudes get attached to their family or to that family, they don't come back the same, bro. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't want to find out. But when you talk about sitting down and having the tea, like in the movie Get Out, it seemed like them brothers come from that, bro. It's just a very weird thing when the men get attached to the women in their family, bro. They become different type of dudes, man. So this is weird. I don't even know how and why this would even get out. Like that's super weird. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. So it came up. We talked about it last episode or episodes before about how Michigan got the number one quarterback in the recruiting. Uh, he turned down a $10 million NIL deal. He was committed to LSU, and then in the final hour, he decommitted, signed to Michigan. So now we're in the NIL era. People could come out and say what happened. So still the money is undisclosed, right? So the 5-star quarterback was recruited by a famous podcast. I don't know exactly what he does, but he's a big Michigan fan like myself. His name is Dave Pontney, and he's a big Michigan fan. He goes to the games. He either has a show or streaming show or whatever the case may be. No disrespect, but I've seen him on TikTok. But he had said that he's trying to get this kid to sign to Michigan. So he gets a phone call from one of the alumni. That alumni says, "Hey, I got somebody that needs to speak with you." He said, "No, man, I want to get this deal all on my own. I want to, get this kid to Michigan. No, you need to speak to this person." So the person that he was talking about is billionaire Larry Ellison from the Ellison family. So Larry is not a graduate of Michigan, but his wife is. His wife says straight up, "I want to see Michigan continue to win titles. We need a quarterback. I don't want to have to relive the Brady Hoke era. That was the time she was in school. We need to get this kid. He can help us win." So they came up with a financial package where they was able to do that. So they both got on the phone with this young man and his family the night before that he signed to Michigan. So I said all that. What do you think about that?
I mean, for all that, it better be $10 million or more. You know what I'm saying? Like all this financial package is if it's not $10 million or more, then it must be another incentive that particular young man felt as though Michigan had it more so than all the other schools. Maybe something about competing and just having that raw ferocity to just go out there and just, you know what I'm saying? Showcase like, wow, I'm the number one and shit. Yeah, you the number one, but that's cool. But you gotta show you number one. You know what I'm saying? So just knowing that he has to go out there and compete, maybe that was more of an incentive for him to sign to Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all ain't saying about the money, so it can't be about the bread. Because
Right.
because if about the money, it would have been $10 million. or $10 million, 500,000, or
Right.
more than that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To
Right.
match or be more than what LSU was offering. You feel me? So
Right.
it has to be something more than that. I'm gonna go along the lines of him wanting to compete because he probably been here. He was the bomb court. He's the best quarterback in the life all throughout. You know what I'm saying? High school and since you was a little
Yeah.
kid. Now
Yeah.
you going to college, think you the best in the world. And now niggas telling you, nah, you gotta compete. So I probably doing something to his ego, like, wait, hold up, I gotta compete. You know, you
Yeah.
gotta hit niggas with reverse psychology and shit. So he probably that's the only school that told him like, nah, we ain't really rocking with you. He's like, oh, y'all ain't fucking with me? Oh, nah, you bugging. Now I gotta come here and show y'all why you need to fuck with me. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they probably hit him with that.
And the young man I'm talking about, for those who don't know, his name is Bryce Underwood, and he turned down the original offer, which was 10.5 million in the NIL deal. That was the rumor. So you have a billionaire family plus, a man who's worth millions of dollars get on the phone with this young man and his family to work it out. And I must say, I love it. I love it. I love everything about this story. I don't care. I don't care. I grew up in an era where it's wrong to pay the players to play. Let me let y'all know something. Players been getting paid to play forever, but they had to do it in a way where they couldn't get caught or their family wouldn't be implicated. Just like in the longs of the movie Blue Chips. The movie Blue Chips is so fire that they kind of touched on that, how they was able to get the high profile athletes to their school. So being that this kid, melanated kid on top of that, was able to secure his family future, even though the finances is basically undisclosed technically, right? For optics. But if it's a 7 figure, 8 figure deal, he just took his family out of ever having to really worry ever again in life at 17 years old. I love every bit of the story. I don't care. Pay this young man his money. We heard the Fab Five speak on this in a Fab Five documentary where they was like, "Yo, y'all don't know, but we was broke. I had to share coats with my teammates because I didn't have a coat. I'm from Texas, kid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even have a coat. I didn't know the winters get this wild, crazy in Michigan. They didn't tell me all that when they recruited me from Texas or California. You know what I'm saying? The other guys who were from Michigan and Chicago, they knew about the winters, but they had to borrow coats. They had the penny pinch to get extra burritos at Taco Bell's, hoping that their face card could get them an extra couple of gorditas in the bag. So, and the fact that they didn't have money in their pocket and people could go into a regular store, buy their jersey, and they walk out with that jersey, but for $80, they didn't walk away with anything. So I love every bit about this story. I love the fact that Michigan alumni went after a player that can help us win. And then I love the fact that this kid was able to change his life, his family's life, and everybody around him in his immediate circle lives forever. So he doesn't even have to play it down in the NFL if he chose not to. So at the end of the day, I love every bit of the story. And let's keep it real. Being a Michigan quarterback is kind of like being the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. It's bigger than Nino Brown. It's big business. So I love it, and I hope he goes out there and really kill and bring us a national championship within the 4 years. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Drake files lawsuit against UMG, uh, the UMG label, alleging defamation over Kendrick Lamar's "False" song, and he has a second defamation lawsuit saying that the same label that they're both signed to basically use bots to run up "Not Like Us." What do you think about that?
I mean, people who are Drake fans just look kind of crazy right now, being a Drake fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just for you to still be a Drake fan right now is just purely ego. It's just purely you don't want to save face and just be like, yo, this you got played. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
this stage in the game, it's okay to be like, oh damn, I got played. The biggest industry playing you ever had, and now getting exposed, and now mad that he lost organically, and now gonna claim and you're gonna cry to Big Daddy and be like, oh, they like get the fuck out of here. This is what y'all left him for? Like, you know what I'm saying? What you say in the movie?
This
This
is
is
your
what you
kid.
left me for?
This is
You
your
know what I'm
kid.
saying? Like, get out of here, son. Like, this is corny. This is exactly the reason why um Kendrick is so big on culture. It's like, bro, you don't got no culture. You know what I'm saying? You know, without no culture, you don't got no backbone. So it's like you gonna flip flop every time. Without no background, not no culture, you don't got no leg to stand on. You don't got no foundation. And that's why you doing moves like this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just evident that it really struck a nerve. And it's just take your L, go sit down for a couple of months. People are gonna forget about it and come back again.
I think he could have did that if he would. I think he could have did that if he would just did that originally. If he would just chill, you know what I'm saying, for some months and just bring out some hits, people would have forgot all about the whole Kendrick Lamar and the Kendrick Lamar beef that he had that he lost. At the end of the day, this this puts Drake in a different light in history, in my opinion. Um, this doesn't feel hip hop. This feels uh very narcissistic. Just it's just a real ass move. I mean, if somebody's saying things in the song that is defamation, okay, cool. You do that immediately. Like, yo, I know this is rap, but yo, what you saying is false. Like, I can understand if you getting at me for something true, but this is false. So I'm gonna get at you immediately. But let's keep it real. These lawsuits only coming because you took the L, took a L burger in a major way. And instead of leaving it to the fans, because people have a different perspective if we're just talking about music, if we're talking about a song, people had a different spin on the beef, right? And you could have just left it up to the people and just moved on and just went on to the hits. But no, this is a real sucker move. And not to mention, I'm pretty sure if they on the same label and supposedly the label used bots or whatever the case may be, you benefited from that in the future. So now, by you opening that case, you're opening the case for your own self, where they could do a financial forensic report on your stuff. Where did you have bots for your music? So it's a double-edged sword. Once you open up one door, the other doors are going to open. So it was a very corny move, in my opinion. Like, one thing for you to have a defamation suit based on something that's not real, but you don't wait forever and a day to do that. You address that immediately. So the fact that the culture said you took that L burger, now you do this. Now all of a sudden that he got bots and you don't. Now all of a sudden from on the same label, and the same label used those bots to promote him to kill you. Come on, man. I'm pretty sure the label did whatever it took to make that beef keep going, and you benefited from that from a financial standpoint and from a fame standpoint. Regardless on anything, what do they say at the end of the day? There's no publicity. I mean, all publicity is good publicity. So what are we talking about? You was able to maintain being famous, and you was able to maintain getting your money, whether it's from shows, merchandise, streaming, whatever the case may be. You got a piece of all that. So now all of a sudden he cheated. Now all of a sudden, right?
Drake
Get
Drake acting like a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? When the shit was working for him, it was all good. Now all of a sudden not work for you. Now you want to cry wolf. Like, oh nah, niggas is using bots. So who's to say you wasn't using bots? We know you don't write your own shit, but everybody ignored that. Everybody ignored that. The pure essence of rap is writing your own rhymes, but you got 88 writers. Everybody ignored that shit. That's just crazy how you was able to skate that. But okay, now this you crying to Big Daddy like, nigga, come on, son.
yeah.
They already gave you $100 million, so you better come up with that bread. That's what you need to focus on. That $100 million upfront money they gave you, they want
Yeah,
that bread back. So
yeah.
you better figure it out.
And supposedly all this is supposed to be over like $4 million. The label wants to maintain his services for about like $4 million, and he won like $6 or $7 million, something like that. So all this for $4 million. Yo, sometimes, not sometimes, money is not worth where your place is at. And what that means is you're not always going to get paid what you're worth, right? You get paid what you negotiate, right? Or you can get paid what you negotiate. But at the end of the day, if you hold the place and in that place you sacrifice that for some money, you tainted your place. And that's how I'm looking at Drake right now. Regardless on the music that he's put out and how good that music may have been is is left up to each person, right? Because music is something that's subjective, right? But you took your place out of hip hop by doing this was a weak ass move, bro. A weak ass move. Like I can't respect it. And if you was going to do something as far as defamation, that's a belt that you slap immediately. That's not something you wait until the culture says, "Oh, who won?" Get out of here. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Shout out to Saquon Barkley, bro. He's having a crazy year with the Philadelphia Eagles. Last game against the Los Angeles Rams, he had 26 carries for 255 yards, over 300 yards from the line of scrimmage, and 2 touchdowns. What do you think about Saquon Barkley's game?
That's what's up. Good performance. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. That's a fact. That's a fact. He's playing so well that he could legit win the MVP. And when's the last time we had a MVP running back in the league?
Yeah, probably a minute now.
It's been a minute. The only person I could think of for real, maybe Adrian Peterson or maybe Emmitt Smith, were the last people that I think won MVP as running backs. So shout out to Saquon Barkley. I hope he continue to kill and do his thing for the season. Yo, that was a major fumble by the Giants. Like, how do you let go Saquon Barkley, keep Daniel Jones?
New York shit. Nah, that's New York Jersey shit. You know what I'm saying? When they do shit like that, that's New York / Jersey. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you want to be in life.
Don't know what you want to do, bro. Like, you feel me? And who's all at the Colorado practices? New York Giants. Like, hey, what's up, prom? Like, if you don't get the
Nigga,
hell
get
up,
your
like,
ass back to the fucking meadows and get to the practice field with your bum ass. Nigga, we 2-9. Nigga, what the fuck you talking about? What up, Pron? Get your bum ass back to the practice field, nigga.
yo,
You can't
like,
even say what up to Prom, nigga, being 2-9 for the season. You got no audacity. Your ticket should be revoked going to the Colorado games. The audacity of you. You better focus on the game and get to that playbook, nigga.
you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
ain't thinking about none of them crackhead assholes. All I'm thinking about is the game.
who's your offensive coordinator? That's what I
Let
want.
him block because he can't run like I can. You're an offensive coordinator, Crozier. Shut your mouth.
That's the first question Shador gonna ask. Who's your offensive coordinator? Be like, you know,
If you say Crozier, you better run, nigga. All he wants you to do is be cool for your chip and dip commercial. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the what's that Hardy beef stew pause that
oh,
every fucking NFL nigga got do a video for. What's that chunky beef pause?
Campbell's chunky
There
pause.
we go. You know what I'm saying? Once you get your Campbell's chunky, you know you in, son.
Yo, you could sweeten the pot if you throw the what's the yogurt? The what's the yogurt? Oh man, what's the yogurt? Yo, the sweeten the pot with the yogurt, you know what I mean? See what I'm saying? All right, y'all. This is hilarious though. This is super hilarious. Like, and then they just released Daniel Jones. Your franchise quarterback that y'all gave 40 million to, y'all released him in the middle of the season. He just signed to the Minnesota Vikings.
That
Just
ain't gotta do shit for the rest of his life.
just a terrible organization, bro. They just been terrible, bro. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Actress Rosie Perez was on the Breakfast Club and she spoke about her almost not doing the audition for Do the Right Thing. What do you think about that?
But didn't she do it anyway?
Yeah, she did.
So what the fuck you talking about? Something that you almost didn't do, but you did. What's the point? Like, get out of here, Rosie. Like, you trying to get some compensation for something? Man, if you don't sit your old ass down somewhere, like, nah.
Now,
You willingly went to the audition. I'm not giving you no kind of kudos or no type of sympathy for something you chose to do.
right.
Nobody ain't drug you. Nobody ain't kidnapped you, brought you to the white room and made you read the lines on the paper. You went and did it yourself. What are you talking about?
So as the story goes, they was in a club. Spike Lee seen her and was like, "Yo, I want you." She said at first he tried to holler. She curved him. Then he was like, "Yo, take my card anyway. I'm a film director. I want to audition you, put you in a movie." Supposedly, she threw the card in the trash. Her homegirl that was with her took the card out the trash and was like, "Yo, do you know who that was?" And then that's when later on she made the call and she was in the movie. That's how the story went.
Sounds like Spike Lee was a cornball, went to holla, the cornball line didn't work. She was like, nah, fuck out of here. Her home got to tell her, like, nah, this nigga's lit. So she did the double back, was like, all right, so let me see if I can try finesse. Spike Lee saw like, oh, you trying to come back and double and finesse? Okay, I got something for you. And that's how the shit went down. You know what I'm saying? These are all spiteful people in the industry. You play them and you try to come back, they gonna spite you because you played them or you curved them. These lame niggas do not get buns. They don't know how to get buns just off the mouthpiece. They gotta use, oh, I'm an executive and I'm this, that, and the third, and I'm wearing a three-piece suit, but you can't holler at women. What the fuck is the point of a three-piece suit if you don't got no mouthpiece? What was you doing when you didn't have the three-piece suit? I remember when we just had white tees, getting it in with 38X jeans
I had him under the tuck.
under the tuck, under the North Easy, the 750 jump with mad extra pockets. You know what I'm saying? With the goose fur on the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying these niggas is just a bunch of lames. Like, come on, son. Like,
I was trying to.
and then Rosie Perez, you a lame for letting the lame finesse you. How you let the lame finesse you? Because he had a bit of motion? Like that just says about your character.
The fact that you start off saying you almost didn't, but you did,
You
right?
made the movie, man. What are
You
you
made,
talking about?
and then on top of it, she's also said that her father had an issue with her sexy persona on camera. So she was on Soul Train. She spoke about her being on Soul Train. She was dressed sexy while she was dancing. Her father felt the type of way about that, right? So when she gets the role in Do the Right Thing, he's back in Puerto Rico. So he's like, yo, my daughter's in the movie. Like, yo, he invited the whole family to the crib. And now they sitting there watching the movie, you know what I'm saying? While Corona's everywhere and they having a good time. So he felt hurt after watching the movie because if y'all seen the movie, Rosie Perez had the brand none all out popping. It looked good though back in the day. I ain't gonna hold you, but the breasts popped out, and Spike Lee was putting the ice on the nipples, on you know what I'm saying, while they was on the bed and shit, while their son Hector was in the next room. How a melanated man would name his son Hector is beyond me, but that's a whole nother thing for a whole nother day. You know what I'm saying? But he was hurt the fact that she was exposed, and he was like, "Yo, if you're gonna do stuff like that, let me know." I didn't have to tell the whole hood and the whole neighborhood to watch the movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of low key embarrassed, but let me know moving forward. But wasn't Rosie Perez the same person that just not too long ago said that she was hurt about the same movie that her friend Spike Lee would expose her breastises in a movie. She said when she did the scene with Spike Lee, when she had to pull out her breast, that it took them a while to do the scene because she was literally in tears. So now I'm confused. So you didn't want to go to the audition, so now people had to pull your leg to go to the audition. Now when you get the part, you're uncomfortable with the scene, right? And I could understand that you showing off your breasts or whatever the case may be, but you end up doing the scene. And then you're thankful for the role because that's not the only movie that she showed the breasts. That became like a Rosie Perez staple when she did movies. We had to see the tits. You know what I'm saying? So I'm confused. And then when you speak on reverence of the movie, but you was hurt, but you thankful that you got the part. Which one is it? I'm confused. What you think, bro? I'm confused.
At the end of the day, it's all about choice. Again, nobody forced you to do nothing. Nobody forced you to do nothing. You made all the conscious decisions that you wanted to do as an adult. So what are we talking about here? Like, there's nothing to talk about a decision that you made as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're saying there was coercion, people misled you, led you astray, hoodwinked you, okay, that's a different story. But that's not what you're talking about. So at the end of the day, I don't got no sympathy for somebody who makes a choice. You chose to act. Right? That's your choice. I chose to be a photographer. That's my choice. You know what I'm saying? We all got choices in life. So with choices come responsibility. Obviously, you becoming an actor, sometimes some roles gonna ask you to be topless.
But then you read the script.
You still got a choice to do it or not at the end of the day. So it still goes down to choice. I don't want to hear nothing about somebody who made a choice to do a film that you read previously that about a scene that you're gonna do prior to months before knowing about it, and then you're gonna cry about it later? Like, nah, son. Like, fuck out of here, son.
So I just thought it was extremely weird because it's confusing. It's like, which one is it? Because one second you was hurt that he wanted you to do the breast scene, then the next second you wasn't going to do do the movie at all. But the movie is what catapulted your career. And then after that movie, it's not like you was Mother Teresa in any other movie. You was showing that you kept showing them puppies every movie. So I'm confused. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. NBA All Star Timberwolves, Minnesota Timberwolves player Anthony Edwards says that the players on his team uh, can't talk to each other and communicate, and they're playing like a bunch of little kids. What do you think about the statement?
What team?
The Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards, the star player.
I mean, there's no leadership in that team. You know what I'm saying? Who's the leader?
Well, he's the best player, but that doesn't
I'm
mean
saying who's the leader?
right. That's what I was alluding to.
You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
don't that statement. You can't be the leader being that statement. With that statement, yeah, that's the best player statement, but that's not a best leader statement.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's not what a leader would say. This is what a selfish player would say. You're the best player on the team. So obviously niggas gonna look to you to lead by example, but you a youngin'. You know what I'm saying? You don't got no experience really to lead men into battle. That's not your field. Somebody else supposed to be the leader of men. You're not that. Cause to lead men, niggas gotta believe in you. You know what I'm saying? Looking at you now, niggas ain't believing in you. So that's why it's in disarray. You the best player, that's cool. But are you gonna how you gonna make me motivate to go in and go every day hard, pause, 100% on the court for you, for the team?
Mm-hmm.
What motivation you gonna give me to go the extra mile? Matter of fact, throw my body on the wind to go grab that rebound because we believe. You don't make me believe, my nigga. Yeah, we getting the whole. It's just a bunch of niggas getting checks right now. That's all that is. It's not no team. Cause where's the leader?
See me. I got two mindsets, right? When I'm on a team, I'll say three. But if you're the leader of the team, it's different ways of leadership. You can either lead by example or you could just rule with an iron fist. And if you rule with an iron fist, you have to be the best player on the team, and your word have to be your bond. So I don't mind what he said if he's saying it to the players directly instead of saying it to the reporters. If you're going to straight up look at other dudes in the face like, yo, you playing like a straight up hoe, playing like a little child, bro. Grow the fuck up. We need you to do this and we need you to do that. What is going to be your decision? Yeah, you playing here, but I'm the man of the team, bro. You will be traded tomorrow. Let me know something. Straight like that. Because Anthony Edwards is that type of player on that team. He's that type of player in the lead where he's that guy. He has that energy when it comes to competition and showing that who's the dog on the court. So I respect this game. But again, if you're gonna rule with an iron fist, this is something that you need to say to your teammates straight up. Because men are gonna respect something that's straight up. I've always played football, basketball, and I box. And anytime I was on any team that was good and something got out of control, we had a players meeting. Like, this one need to be happening. Now I've been on teams where we had a great team and there was fights amongst the team. When a leader spoke up and a player had an issue with it, sometimes there was fisticuffs that done happened after that. And they got it shaky and we moved on. Sometimes that type of energy is needed if you're about winning. It's like, yo, we have a standard here. This is what we do. If you're not about that, then yo, don't show up tomorrow. Straight like that. I don't have to fight you, but you're not here. And if you want to fight, let's get it shaky. It's either one or the other. Either you're gonna lead by example or you're gonna rule with an iron fist. Straight like that. That's a part of leading. Because not only one part of leadership is the most effective. Where I'm from is either you lead with an iron fist or you lead by example. And but what's crazy, the team has to select their leaders. Because I remember playing on teams where we had captains, but they wasn't team leaders. We had yeah, y'all could lead. You could lead the stretching, bro. Yeah, let's stretch. Yeah, lead the stretch, bro. Lead the stretch. But when we down in the fourth quarter and we need that word of wisdom, I don't want to hear you talk, G. I want to hear you talk. Go sit down and shut the hell up. Somebody that's on the field making plays, that's the person that need to be talking to me outside of myself. I'm saying that with my whole chest. Pause. If you're not in a place to make change on the field, on the court, sit down and shut the hell up. That's how you lead. From now on, that's how you drive. Because at the end of the day, if he's going to really command that respect of his teammates, he got to be able to say that straight up and to them. So this was a particular incident between Julius Randle and their big Rudy Gobert, where Julius Randle was doing his New York Knicks shit. He was holding the ball. Rudy Gobert had his man in the post, and he just looked them off and was like, "Yeah, nah, I'm a boogie out here." And then they had their arguments, and Anthony Edwards interject like, "Yo, what are y'all doing?" So that was his comment afterwards, and I feel like he just got to be straight up with his teammates if he's going to be the leader of that team. Moving on to our next hot topic. Oh, yeah. So moving on to our next hot topic, college football Ash picks is in. College football Ash picks is in. So my first Ash pick, we got number 15. South Carolina playing number 12 Clemson. I'm going with South Carolina, y'all. Clemson is a very good team. Clemson can beat South Carolina. They can. But South Carolina has a level of athleticism on their defense that can absolutely take over and wreck a game. They play in all three levels: DBs, linebackers, D linemen. The D line get after you, the linebackers hit you, and them DBs cover. And they play like their heads on fire. The South Carolina offense is a little shaky, a little clunky, but it's enough for them to win. Clemson has the better offense, but their defense is they've been struggling. So, but I'm gonna go with South Carolina for this, y'all. All right, my number two college football ash picks. Number three, Texas is playing number 20 Texas A&M. I really want to go with Texas A&M because they playing at Texas A&M. Playing at the 12th man is a headache. It's places where dreams go to die. But I think this Texas team is built to beat this team whether they playing at Texas A&M or Texas Stadium. So I'm going with Texas in this. Texas has been one of the best teams in college football all year, and I think they're going to seal the deal, beating Texas A&M. Number three, we got 24 Kansas State against number 18 Iowa State. This has the Big 12 championship implications in mind. I'm going with Kansas State. Iowa State has been very inconsistent throughout the year. I think Kansas State, their brand of football travels, and I think that they beat Iowa State for this game. My number four Ash pick, Michigan is playing Ohio State. I believe Ohio State is number two in the country. Y'all know who I'm going with. I'm going with Michigan, y'all. I'm going with Michigan. We're going to continue to dominate. We're going to continue to put belt to ass and we're going to beat Ohio State. I don't care if we only won 6 or 7 games this year. We're going to put belt to ass. Straight like that. When it comes to this game, it's not about records. It's about who want to fight. And we want to fight. So, Ohio State, be ready for your ass whooping. And my ash pick, we got Oklahoma State playing number 25 Colorado. I'm going with 25 Colorado. They had a bad game last week. Defensively, they couldn't tackle this dude O'Neal, the running back, just ran all over them. I think that changes this week. I think they tighten up because if they don't win this game, they have no chance of going to the Big 12 title, and they have no chance of even playing in the college football playoff. And Colorado in the college football playoffs is must see TV. So I hope they win, and I hope the teams that gotta lose do lose. But I'm going with Colorado to beat Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State has had a terrible year, and I think they finish short for that. So that's my college football ash picks for the week. Again, South Carolina for the win, Texas for the win, Kansas State for the win, Michigan for the win, and Colorado for the win. All right, moving on to our next segment. This segment is brought to you by Bravo Section. I'm sorry. This segment is brought to you by Bravo Section. Make sure you go to Bravo Section. You can buy dope photography, and if you're in the Miami area, you can book a session with one of the best photographers in the world. If you're not, still book that session. Fly out, take care of your session. BigBravoSection.com. Again, BigBravoSection.com. You got petty thoughts for us, petty law.
I got a few words from the Petty Dictionary. So, first word is frivolous, of little weight or importance. A pleading is frivolous. It is when it is clearly insufficient on its face, and it does not convert to the material points of the opposite pleading, and it is presumably interposed for mere purposes of delay or to embarrass the opponent, can present no rational argument based upon the evidence or law in support of the claim or defense. The word frivolous. Next word is contingency. Contingency is something that may or may not happen. Quality of being contingent or casual, the possibility or causality, uh, fortuitous event, which comes without design, foresight, or expectation. Contingency. Next word is justification. So justification is just lawful excuse or reason for an act or failing to act, a maintaining or showing a sufficient reason in court why the defendant did what he is called upon to answer, particularly in the action of libel and as a defense for criminal charges of assault or homicide. Justification is a procedure which common law origins by which a surety must demonstrate to the satisfaction of the court that that they have sufficient ability to perform its obligations. All right, and last word on the list is prenuptial. Most y'all niggas need this. One entered into perspective by prospective spouses prior to marriage, but in consultation and in consideration thereof by it the property or other financial rights of one or both of the prospective spouses are determined or are secure to the or both of them or their children. A number of states have adopted the Uniform Premarital Agreement Act, which prescribes the content, execution, amendment, and amendment of such agreements. So your prenuptial agreements would be an agreement that both parties adhere to, sign, and because y'all would sign this agreement, that y'all are bound by law to uphold this agreement. So going into a marriage without prenuptial agreement at this stage in the game is just ill advised, and I would suggest you not to do so if you're in a position where you have assets, you have a company, large funds, and stuff like that. Protect your assets at all times. Love is cool and all, but don't be a dummy. You know what I'm saying? You worked your ass off for your business and your livelihood. Don't give it all away for a piece of pootie tang. You know what I'm saying? Get that prenup, sign that shit, get it done, put your assets away, and save it for the future. What's the problem anyway if it's for the future? So it shouldn't be no issue, right? She should love you anyway if it's about love. So, you know what I'm saying? Love and business don't mix. So that's why you got these paperworks out here.
And to add on to your point with prenuptial, make sure y'all learn the state law in the state that y'all get married in.
Don't get married in California. Don't get married in New York. You got better bets in other states.
Yes.
Get married in California. Damn sure don't get married in New York. If you want to be in a better position, you might as well get married in a Republican state.
Right.
Don't fuck with no Democratic state because you're gonna get fucked.
So be careful the state that learn the laws in them states that y'all are currently in before you get married as well, to add on to my brother's point.
Get
I
married in Louisiana. Only like $200 for the. You know what I'm saying? $200. What's $200, Kingpin? You know what I'm saying?
was $200 Kingpin. All right, y'all, moving on to our next segment, the Keep the Lie Live segment.
Keep the lie alive.
Keep the Lie Alive. So my Keep the Lie Alive for this particular episode is natural is the beauty standard. This is for the ladies in particular. This stems off of a picture that went viral of a woman who was a really pretty woman, naturally. But because of her self esteem, lack thereof, or too much, whatever thing that she's telling herself, it's a basic delusion. She made herself look like a doll. I don't know if you've seen the picture that I sent you earlier of the lady that, and I thought it was something. I thought it was like a doll at the amusement park, but it was actually transformation that how she used to look and how she looked currently. So it was on my heart to tell y'all ladies that, ladies, natural is the beauty standard. Men that's worth anything want natural looking women. What I mean by natural, naturally fit. We're not saying we want you to be out of shape, roly poly. We're not saying that, right? And then each man likes different types of body types, right? But you still want to be fit. You still want to have some sort of respect for your own body and how you look. Being naturally fit, not having to cheat, and go get BBLs. Now, would a guy smash a woman with a BBL? Of course. Like we're men. It doesn't stop it, but doesn't mean that we want to take that woman serious. That's not the woman that we want to take home and uphold her and say, yeah, this is my woman. This is gonna be my new wife that I get my make sure I get my what you just said, my prenuptial. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't even get a prenuptial because you got your BBL. Natural is the beauty standard. For so long, men tell women that, yo, I'm attracted to this. I like this. And y'all do something completely different that we don't like. And we say we don't like fake lashes, fake hair, fake nails. Y'all still go get it. And at this point, y'all not doing it for us. Y'all doing it out of convenience. We don't like the hair hats, which is AKA the wigs. We don't like none of that. That's not the beauty standard. So women throughout time has tried to create their own beauty standard. But who are y'all trying to get with these beauty standards? What are your outcomes from this? So ladies, natural is a beauty standard. Like I don't want to sound like the old man in the room, but I remember growing up at a time where a woman could be sexy because she was sexy, not because of what she was wearing that was like revealing. It was a time where a woman was sexy and she was fully clothed, and the dude like, damn, like yo, I can't imagine what she looked like without her clothes on. Just the imagination. Her, even when a woman wore baggy clothes, that was like a thing too. It was like so natural is a beauty standard, ladies. You don't have to continuously go into the same trap and waste that money, thousands of dollars buying hair hats, fake nails, I stuff for your eyes, a whole bunch of makeup. You don't need that stuff, yo. You don't need it. Most men, we like natural things. Natural is the beauty standard from here on out. And I'm telling y'all this so y'all can get better outcomes. Because that's what we want. What you thought about what I just said, bro?
No, it's all that's facts. All
So
that's
at
facts.
the end,
Sure.
my bad, go ahead.
And I said all that is facts for sure.
So at the end of the day, ladies, I'm only here to help y'all. I'm only here to help y'all. Like for so long, we've been saying this for so long. When are y'all gonna wake up and actually listen for y'all to have change outcomes? So that's my keep the lie alive for this episode. I want to thank y'all for tuning in, yo. For real. Shout out to all the people that was in the chat. Y'all did it up big time, man. We really appreciate y'all tapping in. Again, make sure y'all tap into the membership portion of the page. We have different memberships, different access. You get your badges with your memberships as well. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and that all notification bell. You just never know when we're gonna pop up. We have over 200 and like 30 something videos for the rewatch. So make sure y'all tap into the rewatch as well. Again, we're on every Thursday, every Sunday night at 10:30. And again, I want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for tapping in. I want to thank some of the sponsors of the show, Bravo Section, Blunt and Snaps, and OUV Records. If you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, you can hit me on Instagram at Ashley Lovechild, or you can hit my brother on his Instagram at.
Bravo section underscore.
So if you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, you can hit us up on Instagram. Also, make sure y'all tap into the Overstand podcast. While understand where you go overstand every Monday at 9:30 on this channel. Again, hit that all notification bell. We got all types of videos. We pop them out at least like one or two a day. So we got a whole bunch of videos for this channel. Uh Also, be on the lookout for my new EP, Summer '08. Still working on it, but it's going to be fire. But in the mean between time, go to any music platform that you love. Type in Ashley Lovechild, or my music will pop up, and I would appreciate the support and the love. I know my brother got a website he want to promote.
Yeah, it's tappingbigbravo.com.
Make sure y'all tap in. And again, we thank y'all for showing us so much love each and every week. And again, we'll be back Sunday at 10:30. And y'all already know it's love. And we out of here.